Hey, it's Tammy Dennett, and this is your communication skills for the workplace. And today I'm going to do a card pull. In fact, I have 3 decks I want to just quickly tell you about, and then I'm going to share with you the card I pulled from the one deck. So Adina Tavel is a friend of mine, and I found out that she had these great decks of cards. And what I love about them is that for every week, there's 52 cards in a deck. So for every week, there's a new way to look at yourself, whether it's in loving with the courage to be curious, living with the courage to be curious, or leading with the courage to be curious. Now today's card pull is from the Lead with the Courage to be Curious deck. And the question here is, how can I listen more deeply? So what I'd like to share with you is maybe 3 things that I see that can become barriers to listening more deeply, 3 strategies to use to navigate those. And I want to start out actually with the reason why it's so important to learn how to listen better. We know that right now there is a huge employee revolution going on. They are not working in organizations that no longer care for them, validate for them, or put their interests as a priority. And one of the tools that every organization has is the ability to listen more deeply. Now, we all know that people will say that they need more money, they want better quality conditions, they need more time off, better work-life balance. All of that is still there. But at the foundation of that is the ability for someone to feel heard, seen, and valued. And that, my friend, comes with listening. Now, one of the things that I find gets in the way of most people when it comes to listening well is simply that they're not able to focus on the conversation. Now, it may just be that the timing is bad, the topic is not of interest, or there's just 100 other things going on in their universe right now that they just can't seem to focus. Usually I see this happen when, if you're the leader, for example, you're busy doing your work and someone comes to your open door and says, "Do you have a minute?" As a leader, you need to quickly pack away all those things you were just working on, that deep intentional work, to present fully focused here. And you're not always able to do that for time pressures, interest pressures. Maybe you have a bias that's already present when you see this person come to your door that makes it difficult to listen. There are a myriad of reasons as to why it's hard to listen in the moment. So if in conversation, here's the first thing is, if you can't focus on them, meaning your body language isn't leaned in, you're not making eye contact. I had to check where my camera was for a moment. And my ear is super itchy. Are you still listening? Was that of interest to you? So do a self-check, because we've all been on the other side where we know what it's like to not be listened to. You've seen the behaviors. They're looking at their phone. That's a big hot one. Yeah. They may be hearing you and could paraphrase what you just said to them back, word for word. But the art of listening is to take in the breadth of the conversational experience, the looks on their face, the tone of their voice, the pace of their speech, their body posturing when they talk, all of those nonverbal elements that really give rich meaning to a conversation that if you can't focus on somebody, you're not going to pick up on. So if you're looking past the speaker, distracted with your watch, your phone, your books, and you're not able to fully attend to the conversation, a simple strategy to overcome this and to revisit this situation is to request an adjournment. And simply say something like, I'm just really distracted right now and I'm having a hard time focusing. And I want to make sure that when we talk about this, you have my full attention and I don't have any distractions. Can we schedule this for maybe an hour? I have something I need to do that's pulling my attention away from you. First, they're going to feel like you still see them and hear them because you're being honest about your abilities in this moment. Now, on the flip side, if you're the speaker and you want to tell a story and you are looking for some time investment from somebody, it may be worthwhile to set that stage before you jump into your conversation. So if your boss has an open door policy or your colleague has an open door and you go in there and say, hey, and you just start to talk, but you didn't check in first to see if this would be a good time, that may be something you can start to put into your strategies, is simply to say, listen, I think I need about 10 minutes. I want to go through something with you. Is this a good time? And let them fully embrace this moment so they can put aside anything that they may be distracted on and fully embrace on you. Now, the second thing is that it kind of goes along with this attention thing, is that one of the things that may be behind the inability to focus on somebody is we have competing priorities. You know, I've got another video I want to create today. I have new clients I want to source out because I have a business goal. I have the laundry in that needs to be flipped over in the other room, and a dog sleeping at my feet that will probably need to go out soon. All of these things can be taking my attention and focus away from the things I need to be focusing on. So competing priorities is a real phenomenon. We've been in this workplace, in this environment, in the world even, where multitasking has been prized. How many things can you do at once? How accomplished can you be at the end of the day? There's a lot of science that says monotasking is far more effective. So if I've got all these things on my desk and I've got this long to-do list, which I always have, and somebody comes in and needs part of my time, I need time to juggle and see, can I fit this in right now? Because I'm going to want to give you all of my time being a good friend, but I may not be very focused in that moment because I'm thinking, oh my God, how do they not know? I'm at work right now. I've got 100 things to do. I'm feeling stressed. Can't they see that? They can't. And so a strategy to deal with the competing priorities is to simply make a list of everything you need to do. First thing in the morning, block out some time, make a list of what you want to accomplish in the day. Identify your top three things, and prioritize that your work is on those top 3 things. And then if you want to take it one step further, you can allow yourself some buffer time in the day where you can put in these unscheduled events so that you're not taking away focus from what you need to work on. So monotasking, make a list, check it twice, and pick where you're going to put your focus. So when somebody does need to talk with you, you already have your time budgeted, you know where you can flex. Now, the third thing is interest. And I'm fully coming from personal experience with this example because my husband, God bless him, it's been over 20 years. He still talks to me about his cars, motorcycles, guns, military, all of those things that are so passionate for him. Not to the degree that I think he would like, but he still tries to bring me in. And my interest meter is here. I drive a car, but I don't know what's under the hood. And I don't care to understand the makings and the workings of all these different vehicles. And I can't tell a Challenger from a Charger. True story, I still don't understand the difference between the two. And for him, that's really easy. So my interest meter is here when he talks about cars. And so if you find yourself in a conversation where you're just not interested in the topic, I'm going to give you a tool that might help you just move this a little bit up. We're maybe not going to get all the way like fully engaged. I could talk about this for hours. Let's not stop. I just want to go on, or I want to just keep going on. But the goal would be just to get it up a little bit so that we can start to develop that deeper listening ability and show them that what they're sharing is valuable and appreciated and honored, so they can feel like they're heard. The strategy is to bring in what we call in the coaching world the appreciator. What is it that I can appreciate 20 years later about my husband talking to me about cars, guns, military bikes? When my interest is here, or maybe even below that, my interest is here. I can appreciate that he still wants me to be a part of that he still wants to bring me into that world, even though he knows I don't understand the difference. And we have a lot of jokes about how I'm just not capable of remembering the difference between a Challenger and a Charger and all of these things. He still wants to share that with me. And because he wants to share that with me and I can appreciate that, my interest goes up a little bit. And I look at him, I'm like, oh, God bless you. You love me so much that you're still willing to share this with me because you want me to be in this world with you. And then maybe I'll listen a little bit deeper and I'll come up with a question and it goes up a little bit higher. And we're now in a conversation and he tones it down for me, for my level, because he knows I don't understand all that inner working stuff. but he tones it down so I can get involved in the conversation. When he gets too off track, I just say, I don't understand any of that, and he'll bring it back. And so the Appreciator is a great strategy to help you get interested in something that's maybe not your favorite topic in the world, but it will help you to appreciate the reason they're talking with you and involving you so you can listen more deeply. I'd love to hear from you. What are your barriers when it comes to listening more deeply? There's a lot. There are a lot of things that keep us away from listening, and I'll do more videos about listening in the future. But I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What keeps you from listening deeply to a point where others know that you're present with them and that you're hearing them and you understand them? Now, quick caveat, you don't have to agree, but understanding how they got to where they are truly is a measure of deep listening. And now if you're in an organization and you are looking to build retention, this is it. It costs you nothing. And in fact, your time investment will probably be less if you can fit listening into your schedule where you are focused, you're not competing with other priorities, and you find a way to appreciate the message that's coming towards you. The recipient of that will feel valued, heard, and seen. And that, my friend, will boost loyalty, retention, and morale in your organization faster than any financial bonus. And it will have far-reaching effects. Hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I do read all your comments personally, and I will engage in the conversation back if you have any questions. And share this video with some others who need to hear this today. Because listening is not always easy, but it can be better. Take care.